Hello, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. My name is Sroda Aglago. Thank you for coming back to Love, Forgive, Live. Oh my goodness. I was discussing with a friend the other day about the name Love, Forgive, Live, and she's like, "You really believe this?" And I said, "Yes, I believe in love, forgive, live." Because guess what? That's how we should live our lives. We must love one another, love ourselves, forgive, and live the life you're meant to live. That's so important to me. I saw this, and this is with a little self disclosure here. I usually do this with work. If I'm counseling someone or doing therapy or even coaching someone, before I go into a little detail about something that they ask about or something that is important in relation to what we are talking about, I do say self disclosure. So I am saying the same thing here. The name Love, Forgive, Live. I dreamt this. I know it's kind of crazy. But yes, I saw that in a dream and I went with it. And it became my motto, my embodiment of who I am, and my philosophy and my belief system. And this is all born out of, I believe, from, I guess, my background, growing up as a child and seeing what I saw allowed me to foster or cultivate these three principles or these three way of life that I find is truly how I wish we could all live in this world and coexist. So, love, forgive, live is very important to me. I believe in it. I live it daily. I wake up thinking about that. I wear it, I put it in clothes and literally wear it. So it's very important to me. And of course, within the living part of this love, forgive, live, is the topic I'm going to talk about. There's something in it which is more important than anything. I think when we practice being present with one another, we should be more attentive to being grateful. Gratitude. Gratitude is such an important, oh my gosh, an important topic. You know, it feels amazing when you're grateful. There's something that happens to your heart. It literally makes your heart feel good. And your sense of being becomes even a little more passionate, if I could say that. And it's exciting. Now, I find gratitude to be a great thing for me because I practice it daily. Like, I mean, daily, if not hourly. It's because I'm excited about simple things, anything, every moment that something come up. And I hear clients sometimes who tell me, "Oh my gosh, your excitement and your gratitude is infectious. You walk in and you're like just like pumped." And I was like, yeah, gratitude is amazing. We must understand one thing. Gratitude is so important when it is not practiced. Something happens. I think people begin to feel a little more angrier, sadder, and feel like things are not working out. But with gratitude, you're able to see what might be working out, what might be showing up in your favor. And it's so important, especially for your mental health, for you to see something good in a day. No matter what the situation is, there's something that you can focus on that will tell you that something good is happening. I recall during times where I feel like, oh my gosh, I remember back in the day when I would feel so bad. I would feel like the sky is about to fall on me because of the situation I was dealing with. And some of the things that got me through was gratitude, because I would force myself to look for something, just anything that was working in my life, and focus on that. And I would take simple things like, I'm breathing today. The sky is blue. And you know what? This is so important. Even this past summer, I was walking every day, and I would go out walking, and if I noticed that the sky was clear blue and not a single cloud inside, something happens to me. I start beaming. I would like, oh my gosh, I smile so big, so wide. And I would take pictures of the sky. Yeah, who does that? Me. Gratitude. And now you would hear me, if you were walking on the same sidewalk, you would hear me say thank you. Sometimes I'll say it out loud. That's how grateful I am. And once you do that, it does something to you. It makes you feel good. It makes you begin to start looking for things in each moment to be grateful for. I'll be going for a walk sometimes and I'm tired, I'm sweaty, and sometimes I'm itchy, and I'm like, the sky is beautiful, and I'm walking and I'll see a little flower on the sidewalk and then say thank you. You know, those are the things that I think bring more joy when you start focusing on them. So being grateful is something that I think we all need to practice, and the more you receive is through how you become grateful. I believe the universe will provide that for you and allow you to see more. The strange thing is, it was always there anyways. It was always there. You just forgot to pay attention and to see. So that's today's topic. I jumped into this with excitement because I love gratitude. So anyways, I will announce how to get in touch with me. You can always get in touch with me at loveforgivelive@gmail.com. And I'll repeat the email again, is LUV, the number 4, give, GIVE, live, LIVE, at gmail.com. You can always contact me, send me an email. Let me know what you're thinking, feeling, if this helped you, and if it didn't help you. And if there's anything I need to discuss or you think I should discuss, let me know. And if this helped you in a healing way, or aha moment, or gave you wisdom or knowledge, let me know. I love communicating with people and reaching out and having connection. That's very important to me. I could also be reached on TikTok. It's under the same name, Love, Forgive, Live. I post videos there at least once or twice a week. So you can always go there and get little tidbits. They're only like 15 seconds or a minute long. So you can always go there and listen. And of course, we are on YouTube, Love, Forgive, Live. And you can go there and listen. It's broken up in 3 sections, 15 minutes each, where you can listen to what we talk about. And if you decide you don't want to go to Spotify or to Spreaker.com, those are also available. And also I'm on Amazon Music. So you can also go there and just type in Love, Forgive, Live, and you'll be able to listen to the podcast. I try to make things lively because I'm excited most of the time and talk about things that I think would help enrich your life. motivate you, and of course, empower you. I'm all about positivity. So, without further ado, I will continue talking about today's topic again. One thing I wanted to say is this. Your gratitude is always, always something that you need in order to allow the gift, your God-given gift on this planet. Okay? To allow your gift to be a lasting one that is offered to humanity with all your heart. That is, gratitude or gratefulness from the heart will release the hold of the ego from you forever. It always will. This will undo the lies the ego told you, that you're not talented, you're not gifted, you're not worth the gift that you think you have. Nobody's interested in your gift. Don't share it. Don't bother. It's not worth it. Those are the lies the ego will tell you. Well, gratitude will undo that. The ego would tell you this all the time. Sometimes even when you have a gift, instead of using your gift to better humanity, you get stuck into doubt, disbelief, or lack, or thinking you're not worthy, thinking it's not where you need to be. Here's the fact I would share. No matter how someone may think of that for you, don't take that on, because that's not your thinking. If you take that on, then you are allowing someone to diminish and devalue your gift. And that is so wrong. Your gift is important. And the strange thing is, we get many gifts. Many gifts. We don't even realize it's a gift. We don't even realize that it's there. So allow yourself to accept your gift. And the acceptance of your gift is to honor that by being grateful. Being grateful for your gift is a powerful thing. And once we keep doubting ourselves and self-guessing everything about our gifts, we are slowly relinquishing the strength and the beauty and the purpose of that gift to the ego, which doesn't serve us, it doesn't help us, it doesn't go anywhere. And time gets wasted. Therefore, this is what I would tell you. Honor the gifts you've been given. Give them the thanks it deserves or they deserve by using it or allowing it to benefit humanity. Because as that happens, this is what it means. It begins to show, it means that you are beginning to show that you are offering yourself to your gifts and allowing it to do what it's supposed to do. To help, to show someone peace, to show someone love, to show someone acceptance, understanding. Honor your gifts, because no matter what and no matter who thinks your gift is not worth it, or that your gift is not even necessary and it shouldn't be recognized, here's what I say. Just use it by receiving it, give it honor by allowing it to do what it's supposed to do, Have faith in it. Believe in it. And believe you're worth that gift. You're worthy of that gift. Use it. Because the more you use it, that's the honor. And then you become grateful for it. And the more grateful you are, the more you receive. The more of the gift you receive. Nothing makes this universe more happier than for you to receive the gift it gave you and for you to give back by understanding that you are worth that gift and use it for humanity. And being thankful for it, being grateful for it, because as you do so, it becomes joyous. It gives more back. And everything that you receive is full of blessings. Why not embody that blessing by accepting the gift and honoring it, by using it to do what it's supposed to do, to make your little corner a better one? That's the moral grab. Become aware of your gifts. Stand up. Shoulders back. Have the confidence that you were meant to have that gift. Then use it. Don't hoard it. And do not listen to what the naysayers are doing. Or sometimes one of my aunts used to say, oh, enemies of progress will always be in every corner to tell you progress is not possible. So here's the thing. Do not allow your enemies of progress to diminish the importance, the value, the gift that it is that you have. Give it meaning. Give it purpose by using your gift to do what it's supposed to do. And each and every one you use, and for each time you use it, the strength within you grows stronger to the extent that you undo the buffers or the lies that the ego created to keep you down so you don't use your gift, which is almost a slap in the face of universe and saying, you deserve it. Stand up for it. Use it. Take it to do what it's supposed to do and own its presence in you because you're worth it. That's what the gift was given to you. So be thankful, and that alone will give you strength to debunk the lies the ego's told you and become that powerful person who will do what he's supposed to do. And understand this, no matter what, they are received. The gifts, no matter what anyone says, or no matter what, understand that your gifts are received where they are given. Hear me say this again. No matter what, and no matter what people say, or your naysayers say, understand that your gifts are received where they are given. That where is you. You are the embodiment of that gift. The gift's destination is you. Don't put it on a path where it has no destination, because it was only meant for you to receive that gift. So receive it, be grateful, stand for it, and use it. I recall a time where a gift was given to someone. And instead of the person, I was witnessing this, instead of the person receiving the gifts with kindness and understanding, that person looked at the gift and then started criticizing it and said, this gift is not even expensive. This gift looks like they went to a dollar store and bought it. This gift looks like it's not even worth it. You can't even do anything with this gift. And why did they even give me one gift? There should have been at least two. And I was standing there, my mouth was open. I didn't know what to say because it wasn't being directed, to something that I need to say something about. So I was just watching. My eyes were like, okay. I was speechless. But I reminded myself, ego told the person something else. So she's reacting out of there. It's not her fault, actually. She's not even aware that she's opened up her processing to what ego was saying and listened to that and used it as a launching pad to degrade the person who gave the gift. On the token now, I saw another person being really grateful for a small thing and something menial. And it made me forget what the other person was saying about, there's nothing and all that. And watching that, just being on the outside watching, made me feel so good and see the reaction of that person. I felt like I received a gift by watching that, even though it wasn't mine. But watching that person be grateful for something small made me feel good. This is how gratitude works. It's almost like it creates an energy force and shares it. Gratitude is powerful. And it's an amazing thing. So here's what I would say. The second part of this, of receiving your gift, is this. Do not leave this world of ours, without using your gift or saying what you're supposed to say with it. Your gift is that important. What a waste it'll be to have your gift and never use it. And believe me, I have done some talking to people who are in the later part of their lifespan. And one of the most damning things that I always hear that breaks my heart when I hear this is the regret. The regret of not doing what they were supposed to do with their gift. They recognize, unfortunately, in the later part of their years on earth, that they had a gift. They should have received it. They should have used it, rather than doubting themselves and saying, could I, would I, do I even deserve it? Who am I? Why could I even think that I could do it? Can I even do it? Is it necessary? Am I that important? Is it worth it for me? Why should I do it? Why is my word important? Maybe I should, And they speak of the regret and the hurt. And I'm like, wow. At this stage of your life, this is what you're spending time and energy on. And they always say, yeah, I wish I had, I could, I wish I had, I wish I could, I would have. I don't know why I didn't do it, and now I regret it. And I'm like, wow, that's painful to hear. That was so painful for me to hear people say it. I remember when I was taking classes in my undergrad, and I had to, because I was taking a developmental psych class, and I spoke to someone, and the person told me her story, and I had to write it down and compare it to a lifespan and see what happened. And it shocked me to realize that was the thing she regretted the most, and she shed so much tears. And this person, I was sitting there interviewing her and listening and recording the interview so that I can go and transcribe it for the courts, and my heart was breaking for her. And I learned such an important lesson from listening to this person. I recognized at that time that we cannot live our lives without using our gifts. You have got to use this. Be grateful for it and use it. It may not turn around the way you want it, but use it anyways. Use it according to the way you received it. And the strangest thing, the more you begin to receive it, the way it's supposed to be used becomes open to you. It begins to unfold itself to you. So please, my brothers and sisters, use your gift. Honor it. Do not leave this lifespan, this earth space, without using your gift. You don't want to be spending time and energy on regret, guilt, and unfulfilled giftings, if there's a word like that. If you don't fulfill your gift, it's painful. It's painful to watch people at their end of life where they should be feeling at rest, at peace, knowing that they have done the best they can. They have done the best or given it their all and not having any regret. But that's what is left. During that time, you want to have joy. You want to have peace. You want to enjoy what you've done. Not spending time and energy on a wasted energy like guilt. So please, my brothers and sisters, hear this. Use your gift. Do not leave here with your gift still intact in your hands and in your heart and in your mind. Use it so that when it's time, you will know that regret has no space in you. Because regret can turn into rumination. Rumination turn into depression. A lot of time people fall through that and they become really sad and depressed and beat themselves over and over emotionally for not doing it. So please do it, so at least at the end of life or at the time, your latest years, you can say, I did that. Okay. And don't have to sit around and say, well, I did that and it didn't work out. At least you did it. That's my motto. At least you did it. You gave it your best shot. Gave it everything you've got. That is admirable. So the word I will tell you or leave you with in this information is this. Use your gifts to do what you came here to do. Allow it to flourish. Allow it to do what you came here for. And believe me, some people have several gifts. Some people may have one. Some people may have two. It doesn't matter though. Use them all. Use them all. There's no shortage. There's no limitation. Use them. You cannot pass your gift on to somebody else because it is just yours. Like I said, they are received where they are given. Your gifts are received where they are given. And that's specifically you. You are the address. You are the destination. So, use your gifts. The other thing I will talk about, which is the last part, this will be a short one. And that is, don't wait for people to leave this world before you tell them you love them. Do not wait for people to leave this world before you tell them. I was watching something this week and an actor was talking about another actor who was ill in the hospital. And I listened, and he was very sad about the friend who was ill in the hospital with a stroke. And he was saying, oh, be kind to one another and all that. And he said the same thing. Don't wait for people to fall before you tell them you care. Tell them you care when they're standing. Tell them you love them when they're standing and smiling and still with you. Tell them they mean a lot to you. Tell them you were grateful for the time they showed up when you needed a friend. Tell them they made an impact in your life. Tell them you see their passion. Tell them you love them. I don't understand this. People will live in this world begrudging one another, angry with one another. The moment the person passes away, then they say, oh, that person was such a kind person. Oh, we loved him. Okay, let me just ask this question. What good would that do? What good would that do? How about it this way? Tell them you love them. I practice this every day. Every family, every friend I talk to. On the phone. Before I hang up, you know what the words that come out of my mouth? And my family knows this with me. My friends know this with me very well. I love you. Don't wait till they drop. Don't wait till they go to the grave. Say, I love you now. Say, I love you before they fall. Because it's better they know with a smile in their face and a smile in your heart than believing they're not loved and then fall. It makes the fall harder, and especially on the living. I see this all the time. I hear it. Tell them you care about them. Tell them you appreciate them. Tell them the last time they showed up at your party or they showed up at your cookout, your child's birthday, you appreciate them. They meant a lot to you. Tell them that their presence was more than the money they gave you, because they took the time to show up. Appreciate each other. Don't wait. Husbands, wives, appreciate each other. Children, appreciate your parents. Parent, appreciate your children for showing you joy or forgotten laughter or a forgotten carefree moment where a child will be washing dishes and that alone will come into become a funny moment to create a memory. Appreciate them. Appreciate one another. Appreciate your friends who call you and say, hey, just checking on you. Are you okay now? How's it going? You need anything? After that conversation, say, man or sister, I appreciate you. Now, I won't lie to you about this. Sometimes when you see people and you tell them, especially you haven't been doing it, and you do it, they'll be looking at you and asking you this, man, sis, you okay? I'm kind of worried about you there. You okay? Because you never do this. And you tell them, oh, I just thought I would start doing it now. Like I said, I won't lie to you about that. They will come at you like, you're a little off. That's okay. It's a new leaf you're turning up. That is true. Okay? So gear up for that. When you show up and you start being appreciative and then kind, or telling them how you feel about them, they'd be like, I don't know. You sure we don't need to take you to a doctor or anything? You're gonna get that. So it's interesting that I'm not going to have that because I've always been doing it. I recognize that from an early age that I needed to do that at always. So when things happen or something goes wrong, I really don't fret. I don't. I lost a best friend a couple of years ago, and my boarding school friend. We were so close, and I recognize what had happened with our friendship. We lost contact for a while, and then when we started learning more about where we were and found each other again, we started talking more and more. And then, of course, every time I talked to her, I would tell her I love her and get off the phone. And she was pretty ill. She had a terminal illness, so we were talking. Sometimes I would call her at 3 o'clock in the morning because I'm not able to sleep. She's in a different country, so the time zones was different. So if I'm not sleeping at night, I would call her in the middle of the night, and she'd be like, "Hey, what are you doing up?" And I'm like, "What are you doing up?" And she's like, "Oh, I'm already awake. Remember, it's 3 hours, so I've been awake 3 hours." So I'm like, "Yeah, but And we would talk. And sometimes we would pray over the phone. And each time we would finish talking, I tell her I love her. And she said, I love you too. So when she passed away 2 months, I couldn't hear from her. And I kept trying. I couldn't hear from her. And then when she passed away, which I found out tragically on social media, and that shocked me because I was not prepared for that. I really was not prepared to see something like that on social media. And it kind of spooked me for a while. So I wouldn't go on social media for a couple of years until I had to work through the shock and the disbelief that I found out something so tragic about somebody I really love and cared about on social media. So once I started, going on, I reached out to her family and other people who knew us. Then I realized something. I was glad I told her I loved her. I didn't even wonder that. I wish I had told her. I wish she knew, and I wish she had told me. That thought never came on my mind. There was no regret. I was glad the last time we spoke, I told her I loved her, and I appreciated her, and I thanked her for being there for me in my most difficult times when I was a teen with all kinds of issues. Oh, Lord. All kinds of issues. And she was very strong and stayed there with me. And I never forgot that. And we talked about it, and I told her I loved her so much. And then she asked me, so have you turned your life around? I was like, yeah, I'm so much more calmer now. And I told her, you won't believe it. I actually do therapy. And I went to school to learn to do this. And you won't believe it. I do life coaching. She's like, that's amazing. You? Yeah, I'm like, yeah. Not knowing all those stuff that I was going through, they were preparing me for who I'll become, the adult I'll become. So it's very important to recognize the gifting that the relationships give to each other and to all of us, and appreciate it and let each other know how much you love their presence in your life and what they do for you and what they mean for you. There's nothing better than appreciating one another. Okay? So as we speak today, make it a little fun by appreciating each other. Let each other know. Kids, go home. Hug your parents a little tighter. Tell them you love them. And parents, hold them. Hold your children and tell them you appreciate their presence in your life and for the chance of being a parent to them. I used to say this to my child all the time. Thank you for teaching me patience. Thank you for for teaching me how to be the best person I could be as a mother. You taught me to be the best parent I could be. Because guess what? I was open and ready to learn from my child as to what my child needed and be the parent my child needed. So say that. Say those things. Learn from that. And say you care. They mean a lot to you. And you love them. Okay? This week is Thanksgiving, American Thanksgiving. There's going to be a lot of meals prepared. The strange thing is not going to be as great or as big a family gathering as we used to because of COVID. But I think everybody should just be thankful, as usual, and be grateful for the fact that we are still here. We're still standing. And we made it to Thanksgiving and making it more through this pandemic that's hit when we were least expecting it. And be grateful for the fact that the frontliners are still working hard to keep us healthy and safe. Thankful for our, all of them, the doctors, the nurses, respiratory therapists, especially respiratory therapists. They work hard because they're right there in the trenches, right in the middle of it, as everybody. But they're like my special people. My brother is a respiratory therapist, and Cujo is, oh my goodness, I appreciate him for the hard work and going and seeing the devastation of all this. The other people I would love to also thank is my niece, Vasti, the nurse practitioner. Brilliant young lady. Thank you for working so hard in Oklahoma. I thank my old friend. We've been friends for 20-something, almost 30 years now. Ken in Atlanta, thank you for working so hard as a nurse practitioner and working with your patients. And I appreciate all your hard work and dedication. My sister Mabel, thank you for working so hard as a nurse. And I know that every day it's a blessing for you to go to work and then come home and see your family. God bless you all. Thanks to the doctors, Uncle Mark. Thank you, Uncle Mark in Ghana, for your practice and working with your patients. Jigbadi, thank you in Ghana. Oh, Cousin Stephen in Kentucky, in the ER. Thank you, doctor, for working so hard because your patient come, you have no idea. The ER is even worse because you have no idea what they're fighting with and you have to step in and then start working. Thank all of you. And if there's anyone I've forgotten, we have a lot of people who are doctors and friends and family. Oh yeah, my mentor and sister, Lorraine, Marilyn, thank you for your hard work and all your work in the hospital. You work with 2 hospitals, and I'm amazed about what you can do. So thank you. We'll see you next week. Happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy the meal. And I'll still be able to talk next Sunday. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for listening. Love, forgive, live one another. Bye.